I'm Saurabh Ganeriwala. Uh, this is a short and sweet agenda. We'll just quickly break some ice. We'll try to do some icebreakers, understand each other, then talk about journey of AI. We have talked about AI, how old it is, how long it has been. I have some industry use cases which I've tried to put across, 6, 7 of them, but it would have been absolutely unfair if I would walk out of this stage without telling you, when I thought like you, that what's in it for me, what's my use case, right? That's very important. So I have around 5, 6 slides on that. And then towards the end, because the topic is so sensitive, it's about humans 2.0 or AI. I have just a couple of slides to leave some thoughts with you. Fantastic. So this is me. On the left-hand side, the logos is all where I have worked. The circle here is a very vicious circle, right? I started my career with mainframes, PDM, Java, VB, all technologies. The only thing which I learned, change is constant, keep learning. And I think Chinmay mentioned in his talk, every 5.5 years, if you don't learn something new, you are outdated. And I have survived for 25 years. So I'm sure this circle connects with that. Fantastic. So now I have some 4 or 5 quiz questions. Please tell me, what is this? Why? Why was this invented like this? What's unique about it? No. It's QWERTY keyboard, right? What's unique about QWERTY? QWERTY keyboard was designed to slow down the typing speed. Did you know that? Right? What's this? Anybody? No. This was a water integrator. This was the first computer which ran on water. Did you know about this? Valdemar built this in 1936. It solved differential equations in parallel, right? And it used to run on water. Okay, what's this? No takers. Mouse. What did we call this when it was invented? Anybody? XY position indicator for display systems. That was the name, right? And how the name mouse came to it, because there was a tail behind it, right? Wikipedia. Who updates it? All human. We all, right? Okay, let's read. 2,468 bots are actually working at the background to keep it active, right? Housekeeping it, managing the contents. It's not just the human. It's lot of bots at the back. World Wide Web. When was it invented? Does anybody know? 19? Sorry? I can't hear. Somebody speak loud. 1991 and 1980. And when was the first www website was launched after it was invented? How many years after it was invented? 2 years. It took 2 years. Tim Berners-Lee, he was a scientist at CERN. He started the concept of www in 1989, and it took 2 years to get the first website out. Do you know what is this? What is this for? There are many Apple fans here, right? How many of you are Apple fans? What was this for? Huh? Absolutely. Chinmay is bang on. So Apple was a clothing collection. They called it, and it was unimaginable that they were into apparel business from there to where they are today, right? Last, Google. Do you know it was up for sale somewhere in the early part of the 2000s? What was the valuation? Huh? $700 million, right? And what is the valuation today? $700 billion. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, right? How did he reach to the name of Amazon? What are the other names for Amazon? Let me ask this. Does anybody know? Before Amazon was coined as Amazon, What were the other names? Yeah, please. Sorry? No. Sorry? Oh, very near, but not abracadabra. Cadabra. You're right. So, when he was trying to coin the name, these are all the names that were related to Amazon. Awake.com, browse.com, bookmall.com, and relentless.com. Right? So we are done with some general knowledge. Everybody happy? Awake? Should we go to the main topic? Fantastic. Journey of AI, right? How old is AI? By looking at this picture. How old? 5 years? Anybody else? 15 years? You are on it. It's 70-year-old. You know, when I made this picture using ChatGPT, let me tell you. So when I had put first the prompt, I put the prompt that give me a picture of AI. How will it look like as a 70-year-old person? It gave me an old guy with long beard, white, with some gizmos here and there. And then I realized that is AI so old? Just the age is just the number, right? And then I changed my prompt and I said, give me an AI who is 70-year-old but still looks young. And that's how it looks like, right? Okay, let's understand how did it started. Or I say it, how you built your replacement in last 70 years, right? How many of you know that when did AI started? 1950, right? Have you heard of Turing test? Okay, what was the score for GPT 4.5 in Turing test? Anybody? How does it get conducted? Do you know what is Turing test? You said yes. How is it conducted? Yeah, please. Yeah. There is a human on one side.
Time whether
Yeah, yeah.
at
Okay.
any point of the time whether there is actual human or it has changed to a machine.
Absolutely. So there are two people on the other side, one human talking to one human and one computer, right? And he has to differentiate and tell who is human and who is computer. And you know, GPT 4.5 scored 83% on being a human on the Turing test, right? And I have another example and I'll talk about it, that how much they scored. Oops. What happened? Did I do something? Okay, 1956, that was the time when at Dartmouth conference, the name artificial intelligence was coined. 1960 to 70, there was the first AI chatbot. And if you have heard of it, its name was Eliza. And you know what it used to do? It used to just talk like a therapist. So you ask a question, it will respond to you in a very open-ended way. It's like a psychotherapist, right? That's how Eliza was invented, but it could not sustain itself because there was no funding. People thought it was a very vague idea. Why should we have it, right? And by the way, Eliza also underwent Turing test and it scored 23%, 26%, right? So that's the difference. 1980s was first time when the expert systems era started. Basically, AI systems started getting practical, but they were super boring because it's like just do what you want to do, instruction based, very structured, and all of that, right? History of AI continued, and basically, this is the transformation of how we changed from calculators to chat GPT, right? 1997, first time when Deep Blue beats Gary Kasparov, the entire humanity gasped on it, right? Because we all were saying the time has come. Chess, the world's most toughest game, it's all about brain. That has changed the whole thing. But 2012, if you remember, many of you would remember, when cats were identified on the YouTube video as a facial recognition, we all thought that's the biggest thing which will change in this world, right? How many of you remember that? 2012 is not very old. And then 2020s is when Gmail started reading and composing your emails, giving you predictive text. Alexa, Siri started acting on your instructions. ChatGPT started talking about some text. Today, it's AI everywhere, from your phone to your fridge, but it has one weakness. It still cannot understand your sarcasm. Right? So everybody clear on history of AI? Fantastic. So let's look at some industry use cases, right? So basically if you look at, so what I've done is I've divided into few roles, right? CXOs, CFOs, HR. How are these individual roles typically using AI? What are their use cases, right? CXOs, the strategy whisperers. AI can digest thousands of reports and create an actionable insight for the breakfast for a CXO. It can actually create a decision intelligence. It can simulate what if scenarios. If you're doing a merger, acquisition, any decision which you are taking, all that can be done using AI. It also does competitive intelligence using AI agents, monitoring 24/7, definitely with all ethical practices, monitoring your internet, monitoring your competition, how it's working. These are very common use cases where people are exploring how to use it for the top management. Finance, the number cruncher's new best friend forever, AI, right? Why? Because finance people, they want fraud detection to happen using AI. It can catch any fraudulent transaction. They want forecast generation, predicting cash flow better than anybody else can do, and also do month-end closing using agentic AI without any human intervention. People function, right? The people's digital twin. What do they do? Resume screenings. You put 1,000 resumes into it, it gives you 10 which are relevant. And in fact, we were having a discussion over breakfast with few people that while you are in the process of preparing your CVs, right, you want to make it ATS friendly, but now one of the other words is AI friendly, right? Because 99% of the chances are when you will put your CV, it goes through some AI screening. Sentiment analysis. A lot of HR platforms have this where they can do a sentiment analysis of an employee and give an indication of burnout. The revolution, what will happen in future, they will schedule interviews, send offers, and handle benefits and emoluments, right? Marketing. Very interestingly, in my organization, we just changed our website, and my marketing guy was struggling with suddenly the traffic increased, and the infrastructure guy was not able to troubleshoot it. You know what he did? He asked my infra guy and he said, "Give me the logs." He took the logs, put it on Claude, and 10 minutes later he came and told increase these parameters, right? And the website runs absolutely well. So marketing guys solving a IT infra problem, that's the transformation which is happening. But here, AI can generate 50 plus social posts when you are just correcting your one Instagram caption. That's the time it takes. It can actually track every touch point from where you are to how you're going to pay. And it can run the entire campaign from ideation to execution. That's the next level of automation which is going to happen on marketing side. IT support, the digital firefighters, right? Incident response. We already have many tools which detects. You have some tools on the laptops which can detect, diagnose, and fixes the issue even before user comes to know about it, right? We have infrastructure optimization agents which can actually scale up, manage your cloud bills. And the dream is that it will handle patches, updates, and do complete maintenance when IT team will be busy innovating something. That's what people are thinking. Software developers, the code whisperers, already boilerplate codes can be written. And in fact, the time you take to write public static void main, इतने में तो कोड जनरेट होके बाहर आ जाता है पूरा, right? You just put the right prompt. You need to know what's the prompt. It can create a very good README. You put an application. It creates a fantastic README. It tells you that how your customer will perceive it, how they will be able to understand it, right? What's the aspiration? So aspiration is for maybe the people who are from technology, right? AI will actually take a Jira ticket, a story, does the entire coding, take a Git pull request, deploy it in production, right? Imagine if this happens, what will happen? Jobs are not getting lost. Chinmay just told us. They will change. You will probably write such an AI agent. Okay, so with this, let's come to specifically what can be your use case, right? How it applies to me. All this, ठीक है, सबको पता है, इंटरनेट पे भी मिल जाएगा, कुछ होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. But what's my use case, right? That's very important. You know what's happening? The careers are changing. I think till our generation, it used to be need-based. Now it's more hobby-based, right? Civil engineer बोलता था, I build dams, I build ships, I build electrical grid systems, electronics engineer and computer engineers used to say, I build mainframes. Now, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I write 2 lines of Python code and the discussion is over, right? Okay, so what's digital leadership? Leading with agility in the age of AI and automation is all about digital leadership, right? And good time to be at IIM Calcutta and be a digital leader. Why? Because you are in a world where ChatGPT writes essay, your fridge knows when you're out of milk, your algorithm suggests who should you date with, and your future job probably does not exist. Chinmay just told us 2030, there will be 85% of jobs which will be changed, right? So I think we both are in sync without even talking to each other. Yeah. And you know, tech changes faster than T20 run chase. Welcome. You are in the most unpredictable, meme-worthy, AI-fueled times in the history. Take pride in where you are. Simplifying digital leadership, right? Let's understand what is digital leadership because I've just set the context. You are in it. You don't have an option, right? NVIDIA, they pioneered AI, GPU-based, GPU-based computing, revolutionizing machine learning and powerful GPUs for parallel computing, correct? Uber, they leveraged AI to do route mapping, pricing, optimization, all of that. Perplexity captured how confidently and accurately a LLM can be predicting the next word or sequence, right? Doing searches, making it more efficient, making more research which is more relevant, right? All these are examples from US. Nothing happened in India. Zero tha. 2 brothers, right? Nikhil and Nitin. No giant legacy, no big funding, just digital first thinking that disrupted the stock market, that disrupted the way how people can use stock market. And you know, it's no more about big titles. It's no more about knowing how to code or wearing suits that make you look like you're stepping out of a corporate ad. That's what digital leadership is. Is it clear? Somebody said we can go to class in shorts. As long as you're a digital leader, you can go in shorts, right? It does not mandate that you have to wear a suit. Okay, what has happened? How has AI transformed our lives, right? And this is all what you have seen in your lives. So I'm just reminding you again so that when you get onto the task, you can just recollect these. You remember these? I don't know if any of you would have seen because you're too young. Air India used to have these leaflets, tickets, right? From that to DigiYatra. You don't even pull out anything. You just walk out of the cab, put your face in front of something, and it knows that you are inside, right? That's how technology, AI has transformed our lives. You remember this left-hand side thing? या वो भूल चुके हैं सब, right? To UPI, right? Anybody imagined this could happen few years back? This is real, right? My son, who is in college, he does not know how to carry a wallet because he says everything is done on UPI. That's it. And we all have seen this meeting rooms, swanky, sitting around the table, a presentation board, to Zoom, right? And pandemic taught us agility and adoption. Why? Swiggy, right? Delivered grocery overnight using an app. Unacademy, many of us were customer of it, right? EdTech platform scaled global learning. Families did schooling, colleging, and whatever. Zomato, your neighborhood Momowala was on Zomato, and AI knew that it had to recommend because of your location that your Momowala is available on Zomato. That's how your lives are changing using AI, right? One skill which defines your career: agility, mandatory. No, no choices, right? Like in cricket, no matter what your game plan is, but you have to adjust to the pitch, right? Similarly, leadership is same. Economy will shift, industries will evolve, but AI will take over the task, but it's all about how agile you are to stay ahead of it. And you know what agility means? You anticipate change, you experiment, fail fast, learn faster, and lead through ambiguity with confidence. This is what agility means because people confuse agility with many things. But if you remember these 3 bullet points, that's what agility is all about. And in this hyper-connected, tech-powered world, as leaders, what is your responsibility is to empower teams, not just technology, right? Technology is important, but empower your teams to leverage it in the right way. Solve for people, not for profits. Profits are important because without money, you can't survive, but solve for people, solve for humanity. Lead with courage, humility, and vision. You know, it's not about leadership is not just about being in the boardroom, right? It starts right here. It starts right with all of us, with you, with how you think, how you adapt, how you lead, and even in academic projects which you do in your smaller cohorts, right? Show that agility. And congratulations, you have all the ingredients. You are youth, you have the curiosity, you have the resilience. Why? Because you survived virtual classrooms, you survived Zoom fatigue, Wi Fi crashes. That's crisis management, right? Do you agree? No. You juggle Instagram, LinkedIn, chat GPTs, and memes. That's multi platform agility, right? You juggle between all of this within few seconds. You collaborate across cultures. बिकॉज उसी इंस्टाग्राम पे 5 मिनट पहले किसी महाराष्ट्रियन को किया, अगले मिनट में राजस्थानी को किया और इतने में किसी यूएस से कर लिया और फिर उसके बाद somebody from Australia, right? So it's multicultural collaboration with global leadership in action. And you know what next? Stay curious because that's important. Technology will change. Your mindset must evolve. Stay bold. Take risk. Do experiments and disrupt. Stay human. That's most important. As Chinmay also highlighted, EQ is the most important thing no matter what you do, right? Because empathy cannot be automated. You can automate everything else. Empathy cannot be automated. You know, the world needs ethical, agile, digital leaders. Being ethical, being transparent, and being compassionate. These are the 3 characteristics you need to carry with you as students when you walk out of this institute with AI in your brains. Carry these 3. Okay, now what's the recipe? What's my take from this? What should you do in next, let's say, 3 months? So I've created a small 4-step approach for you. What should you do? First, build AI library. Establish self Gen AI library. Understand business applications of it. Right? Do this yourself for your good, for your preparation. Second, get hands-on. Experiment with no-code AI tools. You have some time, you have opportunity to interact with so many people. Experiment. Work on small AI projects. N, very good platform. Use it. Create agentic AI, small agent on it, no code. It does not take anything, but it will elevate your level of understanding. Third, focus on business impact. Assess everything which you are doing and see, can I apply AI in every action? That's where the shift will come. Use AI in finance and operations. And last but not the least, stay future proof. Track what's happening in AI. What is the AI trend? And follow ethics and industry adoption. The world ahead is unpredictable, AI driven, fast paced, but with curiosity, agility, and integrity, you can lead the world. Right? You know, has anybody heard this? Couple of days back, Sam Altman said that. Did anybody heard this? Right? There'll be OpenAI forecast of $1 billion company by 26 to 28. Ambitious but achievable. Can it be one of you? That's very important. Right? And I think it's very evident because the AI barriers, the barriers are getting so lowered. Right? In fact, I was watching a video after that. There was a video on solo entrepreneur. Right? And he talked about how different functions can be automated by each AI agent, right? And one person running a business, right? So maybe next unicorn is based on AI, right? Last but not the least, I have some questions. What is this? Driverless car, right? Is AI into it? Lot of AI, right? What's this? Delivery drones. AI into this? Lot of it. What's this? Absolutely. AI into this? Visual analytics, right? Space missions, SpaceX, Star Trek, the epitome of AI, right? Even when there was no AI, everybody talked about AI in that time. And agentic AI is all we talk about, right? So we all believe this is AI. That's my last slide, and I'm on time, 2 minutes away from it. I have another slide after that. So first, I just want to make sure that everybody agrees that this is AI. Yes or no? Okay, then what is this? What's this? Jugaad. Very good. AI. Where is AI in this? What's this? Where is AI? You said it was all AI. What's this? Filter coffee using steam, right? AI. Where is AI? And this, right? Have you read this book called Jugaad, the innovation, frugal innovation? Fantastic book. If you have not read it, please read it. I would like to conclude my discussion with one last thing. Let the human in you not stop thinking. Fantastic. Great speaking to you all, guys. Thank you very much.